Welcome back, guys. This is safetrader, and we shall look at today's trade and also analyze the trades for tomorrow. Okay, so first of all, let's see what has actually happened. It has, one good thing that you have to remember is that entire day European markets yesterday and also night during the night entire day they were completely down, and SGX Nifty was down by somewhere around 120 points initially. So imagine everyone was expecting a gap down situation. However, there was a strong support around this zone in Nifty and it has opened a gap up. Now from there it was completely sideways, and I also updated in our intraday levels in Bank Nifty and Nifty that please go with this trend line, and only above this, or if there is a breakout above this, we can take an entry. Okay, or if it falls down below this black line, which is 16,554, I clearly asked you to take a trade below this. Now look at this. So if you have actually waited for this trend line on the upside, here I don't see any entry because it hasn't actually broken on the upper side, or the trend line isn't broken at all. So what is the next thing that you could have plotted? So this is where we had a breakdown, right? This is where we had a breakdown. Now how many points of rally we had from the breakdown? If you look at, we had about 114 points of rally on the downside in Nifty alone. So if you were to take an entry here, you would have been at least in a profit of 5,000 per lot in Nifty alone. So that was the kind of setup we were talking about initially. Okay. So, and as I said, we need to go with this target. But however, once we made at least around 70 to 80 points, and this was a huge rally, and then we could have actually trailed in Nifty. So, and how about tomorrow's trade? So in Nifty, we are not going to change our levels. As I said, even yesterday and today also, we will still wait for this trend line. We will wait for this trend line completely. And once this completely trend line is broken above 16,554, we are going to target for 16,748 with a minor resistance around yesterday's high, okay, which is around 16,680. So this is going to be our first target, and this is going to be our second target on the upper side. So any downside momentum which is closing below 16,440, this is when we will take a trade on the bottom and then go with a target of 16,359, and below this I will not take any trade. I will avoid trading because tomorrow is going to be expiry day. We might see some huge momentum, and end of the day we might even see lots of premium decay. So we want to avoid that. So what is our take now? We will wait for this trend line to break. If this is breaking, we'll take a trade and go with the target of today's high or yesterday's high, which is around 16,683. Okay, and then above this we'll have a second target at 16,748. Okay, now what about Bank Nifty? Bank Nifty, I clearly said in the morning itself, if you look at our intraday setup that I explained, this is a setup that I was actually explaining. This is a 3-touch pattern at the bottom on a swing low pattern, which is like a rubber band strategy that I was talking about. So most of the times, if you see a strategy like this, you should see an up movement at least to the latest high. So this was the latest high. So this was the place where you should actually keep your target, and stop loss will be the 25% of the target. So something like this. So your stop loss would have been somewhere here 35, 165. But your target is around 300 points. Now, after that, we had a rally, right? So if you actually look at this, we had a rally of how many points? Somewhere around 400 points on the upper side. So, and now after that, it was completely sideways, just like in Nifty. It was completely sideways, not giving us an entry at all to buy anything around this zone. After that, we had a breakout once it is broken this particular zone on the trending line. Okay, and now once that was broken, we had a beautiful breakout on the downside. We are able to see on the downside momentum up to 35,445 and the second one is 35,306. And I clearly explained as well again in the morning that I am not going to sell anything around this zone at all completely. I'm not going to go on a put side. Now, after testing this support level, it has immediately zoomed to kiss this particular perfect level which I was talking about as well. So if you look at this particular one, 35,698 or 700 level was already touched. And moreover, if you look at the trend line that I was talking about in the morning, okay, so look at the trend line, it has broken that trend line. Now it is trying to take a retest. So tomorrow, if it opens a gap up or a flat kind of thing, okay, even if it opens flat or if it opens a gap up, we will go with the target of 35,929, okay, and then above this we'll go with a target of 36,100, okay, 36,100. So I'll have to pull it a little bit down. Okay, so that is going to be our next target. So these are the two targets we will try in the morning. And then if it breaks here, if it breaks 36,100 on the upper side, we will not immediately enter into any call, but we will wait for some good price action. Probably, it might play sometimes here and either can give us a breakdown or can give us a breakout. So based on that setup, we will take either a put option or a call option on the upside. If it is an upside movement, we'll go with the target of some 600 points of rally on the upper side. If it is actually giving us a breakdown, we will go with a target of 35,929, and again we will go with this trend line on the downside here. Okay, so probably around 35,635 is going to be our next take on this. So once this is touched, we expect either a reverse momentum or a breakdown again. So we will wait for multiple levels here. If this is giving us a breakdown, first target, second target, and third target. Okay. Now, if it is giving us a breakout here, this is going to be based on the price action. This is going to be our target. So, but morning, as soon as it breaks, this trend line, or if it is a gap up situation, we can immediately take a call option to target 35,929. Okay, so this is going to be our analysis for tomorrow. Hope we have not changed any levels from the intraday, so the levels are going to remain same and we are not going to change anything for that matter. Okay, so hope you liked this video content. If you liked it, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much and you have a great day ahead.